Okay, so what was this girl's name that went at me on Twitter, Joe? Can you look that up?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Well, yeah, you were very misogynist,
Right,
and you're very toxic,
right.
and you were very nasty
Are you mad?
because you said that Aliyah
Right,
was like, and I didn't, Joe. I want to be fair here, okay? Because I want to,
right.
Joe, find a picture of Aliyah, all right? Because you refer to her as anorexic skinny, okay? And I want to see if
Kind
we,
of.
well, I want to see if we can.
Compared to the other girls on the
I'm gonna
thing,
show a picture because I want to show a picture here.
Yeah,
right?
she's up
But
on the screen.
I want to you to be able to amend or walk back the harshness of your statements.
Look at the look at that right there. That's not kind of very thin to
Does
you,
that look like actually she is very skinny? She is that in these pictures right here she looks thin.
bro. I have no reason to be. She looks
She's
very
yeah
skinny
right
compared to the other girls. She looks very small. And when she was wrestling with Raquel, she's hot. Some guy was like,
right
"Whoa, look how good." I never said she wasn't good looking. I said she needs
right.
a protein drink or a steak.
Like this
But
is not like the type of girl that you invest in like combat sports. She looks like she should be a glamour model,
like
right?
there, she looks full and she looks good. But there was a
Right,
point where she was looking anorexic. You know,
right, right.
like
Well,
the
then,
one
well,
where
then you're
she's
definitely
showing the one in the blue right here. Where is she?
right. Yeah.
Like, yeah, that looks nice.
No, she's an attractive girl.
Yeah,
Like, let's make no,
yeah,
we're not body shaming her. Like when you say she's anorexic, let's say,
yeah. Look how skinny
like
she
she
is there.
and compared to like she looks like Rio skinny. Like look how
Yeah,
skinny Rio is.
right.
Like that's like a stick figure out there, like to your wrestling and stuff. If you
Plus,
think,
if you remember, she was tag team with Raquel, and you know how big Raquel is, and she would
this,
actually pick her up almost like a little doll. I
Yeah,
was like,
look at this. What?
are they dating?
Look at this here, Conan. You can like even her arms, her yeah, she looks a little skinny there. Yeah.
okay, so let's go to what the girl said that works. I guess she's in the developmental WWE.
Right.
Yeah,
The girl that clapped back you, Cody, is pretty hot.
Yeah, I know who
Okay.
she is. She's on
Oh,
NXT.
oh, I don't even know who she is because I don't watch
Yeah,
NXT.
yeah, I do.
She okay. What are the comments that she made here? Since
uh,
when? Okay, all right.
yeah,
I want to comment on this first, since I'm like the everybody thinks I'm like the misogynist and everything, right? Okay, since when does body size, shape, figure translate to athletic ability, especially in a sport as versatile as pro wrestling? Stop commenting on women's bodies. Okay, well, all right. First of all, it does translate into athletic ability if
yeah.
you can physically see people that physically look more athletic than people that aren't. Okay, like the muscular size and stuff. That does have something. But I would say this. Also stop commenting on women's bodies. Right, bro. Let me in professional wrestling. The like if you looked at all the things that make up a professional wrestler, all right, like the most important things, the women and the men are going to be completely different because the women, the first thing to pass the eye test would be what does she look like? Is the first thing you see, like if you're watching, you're looking at a female wrestler, the first thing that hits you is okay, is she attractive? Yes or no? And that's pretty important because we have a history of professional wrestling of girls that are attractive. They don't really have to have the type of skill required because from an eye test standpoint, they're very appealing to fans, right? Perfect example is a Jay Cargill. Right? Like the first time you lay eyes on that girl, like that's the first thing that you see is like, wow, this girl looks like $1 million, right? So we can agree, like, stop commenting on women's bodies is like, if you're in the room in a professional wrestling, like you're in you're a booker AAA. Would you argue? And I think this is pretty much common sense that what a girl looks like affects her marketability, and whether or not you want to use her, like first and foremost. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's common sense. The next thing you do is can she talk? Can she work? Like in that order. How does she look? Can she talk and can she work? And like, but say stop comment. If you want to like erase what does she look like from the conversation, that I'm sorry there's no way women should be protected like that. Where you have if you're trying to put a woman on TV that you want to draw that you can't talk about what she looks like.
yeah.
That's
But
absurd.
this is what I like. So this thing called Wrestle Tracker Women, right?
Right?
he puts it out there to everybody. Konnan wants Aliyah to start protein drinks.
Is that what he put?
Yeah.
Did you say that in your comment? I
Yeah.
think you may have actually mentioned that. She needs a
Yeah.
Yeah.
A steak or a protein shake.
I would argue that. I disagree. I don't think she needs protein drinks. I think she needs a burger and fries.
Right.
She needs a
cheesecake.
Steak's pretty close. So, anyways, and so this guy puts it out there. This guy puts it out there, right? So it's like a snowflake putting it out to the woke culture, to all the fake outrage, to all the. We don't have anything to get mad about, but we got this to get mad about. Let's all rally. You know what I'm saying? And not
I'm rallying against you. I'm with that rally.
Good. So this girl, of course, answers because she's probably a younger I know she is younger generation than me, and they're all about body shaming and all that. Okay, let me first say this. I understand your generation's very sensitive to these things, and we're not supposed to body shame and all that, but I come from another generation, right? And you're not going to tell me what to do, what to comment on, or what not to comment on, just like I would never tell you what not to comment on, okay? The other thing is, let me read the thing she said, because I wanted to make can you bring it up?
Oh, yeah, it's on. Oh, hang on. Yeah, right here.
So it says, since when does body shape, size, shape, figure translate to athletic ability? Well, when you're thinner and smaller than everybody else, it's hard for people to invest and believe in you. That's number one. Number two, I said her work was not that good because she looks like she's kind of green, but she really isn't. She's been around for like 7 years. Okay. But I wasn't talking about her athletic ability. I was talking about that she needs to gain weight so she can be, in my eyes, more marketable. If that upsets you, too bad.
Right. We're talking about a girl that actually needs to gain weight, not lose weight. Right. Like the most shameful thing you can say to a girl is like you call her overweight. Right. I got some heat for saying Diana Taurasi had a little bit of a belly.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to walk that back because I think that that's the only critique I have of her. Right. A little bit of a belly, it's kind of, so I'm not, like her work is fine, her promos are fine, she dresses nice. That's the only critique I have. And it's like people want to get on me. Well, why can't I point out the only critique I have of somebody? Like you're not point out the critiques if they offend people. It's like part of being throwing yourself on TV, okay, in front of the world. All right, there's an unwritten rule here that you are lending yourself to public criticism. Okay, because you're getting paid and decent sums of money to do what very few people on this planet are allowed to do on TV. Like if you talked about the amount of people that watch and view professional wrestling and the amount of people that actually have done it or do it on television, the percentage is ultra small.
Let's get real. Let's get real with this, Disco. All of us. Right. There's not one exception. We all comment on everything. I'll give you an example. If there's 3 girls and 3 guys in a room and they're watching wrestling, all 6 of them will make comments. Hey, he's hot. She doesn't even look like a wrestler. Everybody would be commenting because that's just natural. I'm not supposed to comment because you don't want me to.
So the comment negative.
Right.
You're only allowed to talk positively. And unfortunately,
to me, it isn't a negative comment. It's constructive criticism.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus, because if you were at WWE and you were a producer,
if she was in AAA,
you would probably pull her aside and say, "Hey, you need to put on a little bit of weight."
Right. If she was in AAA, I'd say, "Hey, gain some weight." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Put a little meat on your bones out there.
Right.
Nothing
wrong with that. Hey, how come nobody says anything when we said it about Dom? We didn't say he looked anorexic, but we said he needed to gain weight.
And what did the kid do? He went out to gain weight.
Right. He looks great.
That's right. Yeah. It's funny. Like they said, like people were saying that Walter.
So what's this girl's name? What's this girl?
Katrina. Oh, excuse me. Carmen Petrovic.
Am I allowed to comment on Dominic or no?
You're allowed to comment on anybody. You gain the right to comment. Well, first of all, so the funny thing about this is like I'll make comments, and people will get on me. It's like, my dude. Let's be honest. Of all the personalities in professional wrestling, okay, all of them, the percentage of comments that are hateful, like where do I rank on the list?
Top 3.
I mean, it's got to be, right?
Yeah, yours aren't hateful.
People have no issue criticizing my work. Something back in the day, like jobber, you were relevant. Your work with
Bro, here's the funny part.
Just go have a good match. I'm like,
here's the funny
whatever,
part.
right?
Here's the funny part. When you look on their biography of your followers, you always notice one thread. There are guys that never in their life talking about guys that have.
Right.
Wannabes, never gonna be's.
Right.
They're
And
nobody, bro. And
they repeat the same thing. Jobber, relevant.
right.
Would you like to hear a couple of Reddit takes on this issue?
Yeah.
There was
Reddit Reddit talks about Kevin Hunter a lot. Yeah.
Did it really?
Right.
Yeah. So here's a couple, and I'm gonna give you from both sides. This guy says
Reddit's the worst, by the way. These are the worst trolls. Like if you're on Reddit threads,
Worse than YouTube comments.
Well, way worse. Like a Reddit thread is like just like
I haven't read that in a long time. Yeah.
Very insulting.
Right.
It's actually pretty funny, some of the stuff. So go ahead.
So this comment says, these comments sending her to eat something are horrendous, and saying she looks like anorexic Konnan. But this is a medium where wrestlers know better than anyone. How can they help their image to rise their status or how they are perceived? We can't give Jade so much praise for how she looks and later just say never have an opinion on the body of a performer, which is absolutely contradicting. Thing is about not leaning on the toxic side of it.
What's the toxic side?
I
If
guess
a girl's physical appearance is holding her back and nobody's going to bring it up, I would suggest it's going to keep holding her back until somebody maybe points it out. Hey, one of the reasons you're being held back might be this. And it's like, if that's a hateful comment and stuff, you're just trying to but that's where that's where it's constructive criticism. If you're pointing out something from an expert's point of view, from somebody that's been in a writing room and knows well the landscape of professional wrestling. That's the funniest thing. Is people say I'm out of touch and stuff. I'm not out of touch. Fans today are out of touch. They're out of touch because they've never experienced things that drew way, but back when we did it, which have never really not continued to draw. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that this generation is far more out of touch than I am, because I'm just bringing up obvious criticisms. But this generation makes it points at you you're toxic for even bringing that up. It's okay, I'm toxic then. Sometimes the toxic voices are the ones that need to be heard because all the other voices are not helping them. Just reading about how good you're doing from your fans, okay? Are you ever going to improve on any of your faults or deficiencies? If all you do is have everybody tell that you're doing everything right, when you're clearly doing stuff wrong and you're not as advanced in your career as you should be? That's a common sense. That's a rhetorical question. But the question itself, you would have people arguing with me over that question. So it's ridiculous. It's like we have a right, under a free speech platform to critique the shows as we see fit. A lot of these guys that do this are scared to be honest. I'm just going to tell you plain to say what I'm looking at, because I don't have any skin in the game. I'm not looking for a job. I'm fine with my work. So I don't know. I just think I think it's all you're really doing, you're clapping back at people that are being critical of people. You're just gathering up a crowd to yell at us for talking negatively about something. Bro, that's the problem. Is that's a lot of this generation, and that's one of the problems the AEW is facing right now. They're floundering in the ratings, that it's not, they're having trouble drawing. And we're obviously watching, it's you're looking at those metrics. It's dude, it's you're having trouble filling seats of your live shows. Your show is not that great in the ratings. And then you got the guy that's in charge of the show telling everybody this is one of the best runs they've been on. And the fans go, yeah, it is one of the best runs we've been on. Something and you're trying to explain well, here's one of the reasons it's not. And then you get the hate from the fans, the people that like the stuff. So it's whatever you can't have and I'm not, I don't think I've ever used vulgar language or, I think that the worst thing I ever said was about Evil Uno, that you can't put a fat guy with your show in the main event. That was harsh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was just trying to be more, harsh humor than anything, but than like,
Mean.
actually like than mean, right? But face the facts, the guy does need to get in shape. Okay. But the fans' clapbacks at me are far more vulgar and nasty than anything I've said.
Right. Like the example in this Reddit here is the guy says it's funny how everyone's coming at Konnan for body shaming, but then he quotes somebody that's just like, "Shut up, you bald." And it's like, well, but now you're talking about his appearance, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Oh, the critics are so hypocritical because nobody takes the high road. Nobody. Like none of my critics. Like you could collectively look at all of the comments about me, and 90% of them would be, well, this person did not take the high road here at all. It's just like whatever. That's why that doesn't bother me. I just did. There's people out there that just love to complain about everything, and you just sit back and just let them complain.
And it
You got a comment, Konnan?
No, I mean, I agree with mostly everything you say. And at the end of the day, people, they'll come on my page and they disrespect me. And then I answer them back and they go, because I'll say, I don't give a what you think. And then, why are you answering me? I'm not answering because I'm answering you because you're coming on my page and disrespecting me. Yo, what up? This is Konnan, and I host Keeping It 100. My co-host Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!